we are in the quadratic equations, solving the question number 1 from 5.3. So the question is given in this way: find the roots of the following quadratic equations if they exist by the method of completing the square. Here he has specified a method. We can solve by formula method as well as factorization method, and this is here specifying that completing the square method. He is asking that find the roots for this quadratic equation. So what this method says, we'll see. So question number 1 given as 2x square plus x minus 4 is equal to 0. First we will divide with 2 here. Why? Because of we need x square coefficient as 1. So first we will divide this equation by 2. Why 2? So x square coefficient, I need 1 here. So to get 1, I need to divide by 2 by both the sides. So if I divide, I will get it as 2x square plus x minus 4 whole by 2 is equal to 0 by 2. So 2x square by 2 plus x by 2 minus 4 by 2 is equal to 0. So each and every term I separated with 2. Now these 2 will get cancelled, and this is the simplification, as we will get it as minus 2. So ultimately what we are getting? We are getting it as x square plus x by 2, and this total is how much? Minus 2. Minus 2 is equal to 0. So it is going by 2. You can cut this minus. Again maybe you will confuse. So that this is cancellation, we are getting it as 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. After dividing both sides with 2 and take this constant to that side, so you will get it as x square plus x by 2 is equal to positive 2. Minus 2 becomes plus 2. Now, so this is very important step. You have to observe neatly. Take the x coefficient here. So what is the x coefficient? X coefficient. So x coefficient is 1 by 2. So take half of the x coefficient. Take half of the x coefficient and whole square it. So this is very important. Keenly you observe it. So what you will get? First of all, x coefficient is 1 by 2 here. So half of x coefficient is here, it has 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 whole square. So ultimately what we are getting it as 1 by 4 whole square. So this 1 by 4 whole square, you have to add both the sides, either left hand side as well as a right hand side. So this step is very important. As simple as that. Simple. We are adding half of the x coefficient both the sides. So please remember that. Keep in mind that. So we are adding half of the coefficient square. So x square plus x by 2 plus, so here I already calculated what I got it as 1 by 4 whole square. is equal to 2 plus 1 by 4 whole square. So I am adding both the sides to balance the equation. So my next step, if you observe carefully, this is a square and this is b square. A square and b square, this is 2ab. 2 into first term into second term. So this can be written as a plus b whole square. That is equal to 2 plus 1 by 16. So next step, x plus 1 by 4 whole square is equal to, so if you simplify this, 2 plus 1 by 16. 16 2s are 32. 32 plus 1, 33 by 16. So we are solving for x here. So x plus 1 by 4 is equal to, you will get square root of 33 by 16. So when the square, if it move that side, you will get it as either plus or minus. The value will be plus or minus square root of 33 by 16. So I need a x value. This 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 I am taking to that side. That becomes minus 1 by 4 plus or minus root 33 by 16. So this can be written as minus 1 plus or minus root 33 by, so this value we can write root 16. Root 16 value is 4. Here also I have 4. I can write entirely divided by 4. Whole by 4 I can write it. So these are the two roots for this equation. So the simple thing is that whenever we have ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, this is a quadratic equation. The first step is you have to divide entirely equation with a. I need x square coefficient as 1 here, but he has given it as a. So to get that, I am dividing with a, and this becomes b by a. That is equal to c by a is equal to 0. First you do this with x square coefficient. If it is 1, directly you can go to the next step. If it is not 1, divide with that particular number, both the sides. Second step is take constant to that side. So you will get it as x square plus b by a into x is equal to minus c by a. So I am taking constant to right hand side, so then it changes the sign. Next, this is very important. So you have to take half of the x coefficient. Half of the x coefficient whole square. This you have to keep in mind that. Now put the question yourself. What is the x coefficient here? B by a. Half of that is b by 2a. B by a half is how much? B by 2a. So whole square. B by 2a whole square. Both the sides you have to add. So half of the x coefficient whole square, you have to add both the sides. Add both the sides. Bs, here it is both the sides. So what happens if we add both the sides? If I write this is x square plus b by a into x, so I am getting it as half of the x coefficient is b by 2a whole square, that is equal to minus c by a plus b by 2a whole square. So I added both the sides half of the x coefficient whole square. X coefficient is b by a, half of that is b by 2a whole square. I added both the sides. Now I'll go for further simplification. So a square, this is b square, this is middle term is 2ab. If we expand this, you will get the same, the above expression. X plus b by 2a whole square. So x square b by 2a whole square, 2 times of x into b by a, you will get b by a x. So this and this is same steps, that is equal to c by a plus, here what you are getting, b square by 4a square, b power 2 by 2a power 2, that is 4a square. So if I go for further simplification, x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to, the LCM is 4a square, so 4a square with a, so we have to multiply with 4a. As simple as that, a into 4a, you are getting 4a square. So with 4a you have to multiply it. And here it is b square, same it as 4a into 4a square without same, so into 1, b square into 1. So if I simplify this, as you are getting it as b square minus 4ac by 4a square. So next step, I want the value of x. This square becomes square root. So x plus b by 2a is equal to plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 4a square. So next step, I want x value, x is equal to, so plus b by a, if it moves that side, minus b by 2a plus or minus, I can write this as b square minus 4ac by root of 4a square. What is the root of 4a square? That is 2a. So therefore ultimately we are getting it as minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole by 2a. So these are the factors for the quadratic equation. So whatever I explained here, we done the same thing here. For this problem, we done the same thing here. First we divided with 2. After that constant I took that side. After that half of the x coefficient whole square I added both the sides. And I simplified, I got the 2 factors. So this is all about the sum. Moving to the second sum. Same procedure. I can start here. 4x square plus 4 root 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. So x square coefficient, we have to divide with x square coefficient. If it is 1, okay. If it is not 1, you have to divide entirely with x square coefficient. So if I divide with 4, 4, 4 here, 4, 4 get cancels, here x square you will get, 4 get cancels, root 3x you will get. So 3 by 4 is equal to 0 by 4, that is 0. So this is the first step. And the constant term I am taking to that side. So we are getting it as x square plus root 3x is equal to minus 3 by 4. I already clearly told that you have to take half of the x coefficient whole square, add both the sides half of the x coefficient. Can you tell me what is the x coefficient here root 3. Half of that is root 3 by 2. Its square is root 3 by 2 whole square. So add both the sides. So now I am adding. So x square plus root 3 into x plus root 3 by 2 whole square is equal to minus 3 by 4 plus root 3 by 4 whole square. So added both the sides, half of the x coefficient. So we need to further simplify it. This is a square and this is b square form, this is 2ab form. So I can write this as a plus b whole square. You can expand this, you will get back this expression. A square means x square here, b square root 3 by 2 whole square. Yes, you have 2ab, 2 into x into root 3 by 2, you will get root 3x. So that is equal to minus 3 by 4. Here root 3 whole square is, that is 3. Root 3 whole square is 3 and 4 square is 16. So this is not 4, here it is 2. So this is 2. So 2 square is how much? 4. So here this is the negative and positive will get cancels. So what we are getting ultimately, x plus root 3 by 2 whole square is equal to 0. So I want x value, x plus root 3 by 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus root 3 by 2. So you know that every quadratic equation have two roots, but here it is root 3 by 2 and root 3 by 2. It is repeated root. Why? Because we are not getting any constant here in the right hand side. So this is a repeated root. So this is about the sum. So moving to the third sum, we have 5x square minus 7x minus 6 is equal to 0. So same thing, I am dividing with 5 both the sides. So what will get with 5? If you divide with 5, you will get it as x square minus 7 by 5x minus 6 by 5 is equal to 0. So after that, the constant I am taking to that side. So you will get it as x square minus 7 by 5x is equal to 6 by 5. So the basic thing is that we have to take half of the x coefficient whole square. Both the sides we have to add it. Add both the sides. Half of the x coefficient. So question yourself, what is the x coefficient here? Minus 7 by 5. Half of that is minus 7 by 5 by 2. Minus 7 by 10 we can write. So I am adding both the sides, minus 7 by 10 whole square. I am adding both the sides. So if I go further, just I am explaining once again. So half of the x coefficient. So minus 7 by 5 whole square. So this becomes minus 7 by 10 whole square. I am adding both the sides. So let us go further. So x square minus 7 by 5x plus minus 7 by 10 whole square is equal to 6 by 5 plus minus 7 by 10 whole square. So this is same as 7 by 10 whole square. Minus 7 by 10 we can write it as minus plus 7 by 10 whole square. Why we have the even power? I can take here plus 1. Now if you observe, this is a square, this is b square, this is 2ab. So I can write as a square minus 2ab plus b square as a minus b whole square. So that is equal to 6 by 5 plus I can get it as 49 by 100. So to take LCM, here the denominators are different. So I want to make it as same, that's why I am multiplying with 20. 20 and 20, numerator and denominator. Then I will get it as 100 here, this is also 100. So this simplification will be 120 plus 49 whole by 100, that is equal to 169 by 100. So if you go for that, x minus 7 by 10 is equal to this square I am taking to the right hand side. Then it becomes, the square becomes square root. So 169 by 100. As you know that this value is how much? Plus or minus 13 by 10. So therefore x is equal to this minus 7 by 10, if it move that side, plus 7 by 10 plus or minus 13 by 10. So therefore x is equal to, so 7 plus or minus 13 by 10. So what are the values you will get? If I take plus 13, that is 20 by 10, that is equal to 2, or if I take minus 7 minus 13, you will get it as minus 6 by 10. So the simplification will be 3 by 5. So these are the two roots, 2 and minus 3 by 5. So this is about the sum. Moving to the last sum. So x square, I am taking plus 5 to that side, this become minus 5, and I am taking minus 6x inside, so this becomes plus 6x is equal to minus 5. Here x square coefficient is default 1, no need to divide with entirely equation with 1. So I can straight away will go that I will take it as half of the x coefficient whole square. I am adding, so both the sides half of the x coefficient. So what is x coefficient here? It is 6. Half of the x coefficient is 3 square. So I am adding both the sides. So what happens? X square plus 6x plus 3 square is equal to minus 5 plus 3 square. So this is in the form of a square and b square and 2ab. I can write this as a plus b whole square. Expand it, you will get the same expression, that is equal to minus 5 plus 9. 3 square value is 9. Ultimately I am getting it as 4. So next, the square becomes square root. So x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus root 4. So x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus 2. Square root of 4 value is 2. So I want x value that is equal to minus 3 plus or minus 2. So simplify this. If I take minus 2, you will get it as minus 3 minus 2, that is minus 5, or if I take plus 2 minus 3 plus 2, that is 1. Which one? Minus 1. So these are the two factors. The fundamental rule is add both the side is the square of half of the x coefficient. This is very, very important. Keep in mind that what we should add both the sides? The half of the coefficient square. Thank you very much. If you like this video, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and share to your friends. If you have any queries, leave your valuable comments. Thank you.